General Hospital spoilers reveal that one of the new features in Port Charles is the upcoming launch of Dr. Monica Quartermain's new cardiovascular center. Built with the most advanced technology and staffed with top-tier doctors. This center has been touted as the pride of General Hospital and a major step forward in providing healthcare to the community. The grand opening ceremony took place just a few days ago, with the most important figures in the city in attendance. Monica, as the head of the project, couldn't hide her pride as she cut the ribbon and looked at the modern building with the state-of-the-art medical equipment. However, no one could have predicted that the center's first patient would be none other than Sonny Corinthos, the crime boss and one of the most influential figures in the city. Sonny will become the first patient at Monica's new cardiovascular center, creating a situation that is both ironic and tense. The relationship between the Corinthos and Quartermain families has always been complicated and full of conflict. And the fact that Sonny must now rely on the care of Monica, whom he has had many disagreements with in the past, creates a fresh, dramatic dynamic. Monica, as a professional doctor, is committed to providing the best possible care for Sonny, but the tension and anxiety are evident on both of their faces as they prepare for this important surgery. Initially, Sonny had planned to undergo surgery at a secret out-of-state facility, where he could keep his health condition private and stay away from potential enemies. However, his heart condition worsened rapidly, forcing him to be rushed to the hospital after experiencing severe chest pain during a business meeting. Upon being admitted to the emergency room at General Hospital, doctors quickly determined that Sonny needed immediate heart surgery. And Monica's new cardiovascular center was the only place capable of performing such a complex procedure. Carly, who was with Sonny when he was brought to the hospital, couldn't hide her worry. Although they were no longer married, their bond remained deep and complicated. She immediately contacted Jason, who arrived at the hospital in record time, bringing with him his silent but protective presence. Sonny's children, Michael, Kristina, and Dante, were also notified and were on their way, creating a tense family gathering in the hospital waiting room. But the new story about the upcoming adjustment is complicated further by the death of Salisky, which might make Sonny a target while he's on the operating table, unable to defend himself against the trouble brewing. News of Salisky's death quickly spread through the underground world, and Sonny's mysterious enemy saw this as the perfect opportunity to strike. With Sonny in his most vulnerable state, on the operating table, unable to defend himself, his enemies began to put their bold and dangerous plan into action. This plan involved infiltrating the hospital's medical team, with the goal of sabotaging Sonny's surgery from within. A new nurse was added to the surgical team at the last minute, bringing with her a drug that could cause serious complications during the procedure. This young woman, with a professional appearance and a perfectly forged work record, easily blended into the busy hospital team. No one suspected that she was, in fact, a trained assassin, tasked with ensuring that Sonny Corinthos would not leave the operating room alive. Meanwhile, a team of assassins was sent to the hospital, ready to take advantage of the chaos that could ensue if the surgery went wrong, to infiltrate the recovery room and finish the job. Disguised as patient visitors and hospital maintenance staff, they began taking strategic positions around the hospital, setting up observation points and escape routes, preparing for their mission. They were equipped with sophisticated concealed weapons and advanced communication devices, allowing them to coordinate their movements with precision. The rising tension made it clear that a disaster was imminent as Jason and Carly, who had always protected Sonny, began to realize something was wrong. Jason, with his sharp instincts, noticed unfamiliar faces in the hospital and began investigating. He spotted a man closely watching the entrance to the operating room and another who seemed to be checking emergency exits. While subtle, these actions triggered Jason's alertness, as he had spent his life protecting Sonny from threats like this. Carly, meanwhile, grew increasingly concerned when she sensed abnormal tension among the hospital staff. She overheard a conversation between two nurses about a new nurse being added to the surgical team at the last minute, a highly unusual occurrence for such an important surgery. She also noticed the presence of strange people in the waiting area, who seemed neither like visitors nor hospital staff. These small details, combined with her inherent worry about Sonny's safety, made her more vigilant. Jason and Carly shared their concerns with each other and began to plan a response. Jason contacted Spinelli, asking him to hack into the hospital's security camera system to monitor suspicious activities. He also contacted Max and Milo, Sonny's trusted bodyguards, asking them to come to the hospital immediately to increase security. Carly, meanwhile, approached Monica, sharing her concerns about Sonny's safety and asking her to thoroughly vet all staff involved in the surgery. As the surgery began, the tension in the operating room was palpable. Monica, with all her experience and skill, began to notice that something was off with Sonny's reaction to the anesthesia. He seemed to be having trouble maintaining a stable heart rate, a sign that there might be an issue with the medication being used. She started to closely monitor the activities of the surgical team, paying particular attention to the new nurse, who appeared unusually tense for an experienced medical professional. Meanwhile, Jason uncovered the assassin team's plan and started a silent battle through the hospital's corridors to prevent them from reaching Sonny. With the help of Max and Milo, he began neutralizing each assassin one by one, using quiet combat techniques to avoid unnecessary attention. Each encounter was brief and decisive, with Jason and his team gradually gaining the upper hand. Carly, meanwhile, stayed in the waiting room with Sonny's children, trying to keep calm while knowing that the man she once loved was in double danger, from both his heart condition and the people trying to kill him. She tried to reassure Michael, Kristina, and Dante while staying in touch with Jason through text, getting updates on his progress. In the operating room, Monica began to suspect the new nurse and asked another nurse to double-check all the medications being used. When she discovered that one of the medication bottles had been replaced with something that could cause serious complications, she immediately changed the procedure, instructing the team to use new medication from the reserve supply. The new nurse, realizing her plan had been uncovered, tried to intervene but was subdued by hospital security, who had been warned by Jason, and removed from the operating room. With the internal threat neutralized, Monica was able to focus on saving Sonny's life. The surgery lasted for several hours, with tense moments as Sonny's heart reacted to the procedures. But with her expertise and experience, Monica gradually stabilized his condition and began repairing the damaged heart valve. Meanwhile, Jason and his team continued their battle with the remaining assassins, moving through the hospital's hallways and rooms like shadows. Each encounter was dangerous and potentially deadly, but Jason, with his superior combat skills, gradually gained the upper hand. However, the leader of the assassin team, a tall man with a scar on his face, proved to be a formidable opponent. He managed to get close to the operating room through an unused service corridor, and Jason had to race against time to stop him. The confrontation between Jason and the assassin leader took place in a dark hallway, with both using all their skills and strength. The fight ended when Jason, though wounded in the shoulder, disabled his opponent with a decisive blow. As he stood there, breathing heavily and bleeding, he received a text from Carly: the surgery was successful, and Sonny was being transferred to the recovery room. As the situation began to stabilize, Jason started gathering information from the captured assassins. He wanted to know who hired them and why. The information he gathered made him uneasy. Sonny's mysterious enemy was not just a regular business rival but someone with a deep personal vendetta against him, someone willing to do anything to destroy him and everything he loved. As Sonny slowly woke up from surgery, he had no idea that he had just survived not one but two life-threatening situations. And as he looked at the worried faces of Carly, Jason, and his children, he had no idea that the biggest threat of all was still to be revealed: the identity of the mysterious enemy who was willing to go to such lengths to destroy him. As Port Charles continues to watch Sonny's recovery, one thing is certain: the attack at the new cardiovascular center was just the beginning of a much larger battle that is about to unfold. And as Jason and Carly continue to investigate the mysterious enemy, the person truly wanting to bring about Sonny's death will begin to act, taking a major step forward in a complex plan that has been prepared for months. After the failed attack at the hospital, This mysterious enemy has decided it's time to take matters into their own hands rather than continue hiring incapable individuals to complete the job. In the shadows of a luxurious apartment overlooking Port Charles Harbor, this man, whose face has yet to be revealed to the audience, is carefully cleaning a silenced gun. His cold and determined gaze fixed ahead. On the table before him are surveillance photos of Sonny, taken from various angles and locations, along with detailed schematics of the Corinthos mansion and Sonny's daily schedules. One of the emerging obsessions is the fact that Sonny's death is drawing near. As this mysterious enemy reveals that their intention is not just to kill Sonny, but to destroy his entire legacy. In a secret phone call with an unidentified ally, they outlined their plan. First, eliminate Sonny, then Jason, Sonny's right-hand man and loyal protector, and finally, take control of all of Sonny's territory and business operations. This individual has begun approaching lower-level members of Sonny's organization, sowing seeds of doubt and discontent, preparing for an uprising from within once Sonny is out of the picture. What makes this plan especially dangerous is that this mysterious enemy seems to know every detail about Sonny's life, from his daily routines to the security measures surrounding his home and office, even down to those he trusts the most. This suggests that the enemy could be someone who has known Sonny for a long time or has an informant from within Sonny's inner circle. In another shocking twist, Jason, during his investigation into the hospital attack, uncovers a lead that shocks him. One of the arrested assassins reveals they were hired through a middleman, who provided them with detailed information about Sonny's schedule and the layout of the hospital, information that could only have come from someone inside. As Jason continues to investigate, he starts to suspect something unimaginable. There could be a traitor within the Corinthos family. Jason begins to secretly monitor the activities of everyone close to Sonny, including Carly, Michael, and even Kristina. He discovers that Kristina has recently had a series of secret meetings with a mysterious man, meetings she hasn't mentioned to anyone in the family. Although Jason doesn't want to believe that Kristina could betray her father, he can't ignore the possibility, especially with all the recent tension between her and Sonny. But as the drama unfolds, the shocking truth about the mysterious enemy is finally revealed. It is Trevor Lansing, Rick's father and a former enemy of Sonny, someone everyone thought had died years ago. Trevor, who secretly survived the explosion that was supposed to have killed him, has spent years planning revenge against Sonny, blaming him not only for the collapse of his career and reputation but also for the fractured relationship with his son, Rick. Trevor's return explains many things: why the mysterious enemy knows so much about Sonny and his organization, why the attack seems so personal, and even why Kristina had those secret meetings. It turns out that Trevor approached Kristina, pretending to be an ally concerned for her well-being after Rick's accident, and began manipulating her, using her guilt and confusion to gather information about Sonny. As Trevor continues to perfect his plan, he has no idea that Jason is slowly closing in. When these two men eventually face off, it will be a battle not just for Sonny's survival but also for Kristina's soul and the future of the entire Corinthos family. As Port Charles watches this situation unfold, one thing is certain: death is lurking for Sonny Corinthos, and this time, it might not miss its target. And as Trevor Lansing continues to carry out his plan for revenge, no one can predict who will survive when this storm finally settles. Sonny will fall into a coma after heart surgery, a dramatic development that has caused the entire Port Charles community to fall into a state of anxious anticipation. Although the surgery, under Monica's skilled hands, was technically successful, Sonny's heart has endured too much pressure, from his already weakened health to complications caused by the fake nurse, and even the stress from the foiled attack. As Sonny is taken into the recovery room, his vital signs begin to deteriorate, and within hours, he falls into a deep coma, a state that doctors cannot predict when, or if, he will wake up. This puts Jason and his loved ones in a new battle, a battle fought on two fronts. The first front is at the hospital, where they take turns keeping vigil by Sonny's bedside, talking to him, reading to him, and even singing to him, hoping that their voices will cut through the fog of the coma and bring him back. Carly, although no longer Sonny's wife, spends much of her time by his side, whispering words of encouragement and occasionally scolding him, urging him to fight and return to those who love him. Jason, meanwhile, remains a silent but steadfast presence, standing guard like a loyal protector, ensuring no other threats can approach Sonny in his vulnerable state. The second front is outside the hospital, where Jason leads a comprehensive investigation into the attack. With the help of Spinelli, Brick, and a network of informants, Jason begins to follow every lead. From the assassins captured at the hospital to the suspicious financial transactions that may be linked to their hiring. He also begins investigating Kristina's secret meetings, trying to identify the mysterious man she has been meeting and whether he is connected to the attacks. In a new twist, Jason decides to keep his suspicions about Kristina secret. Rather than confronting her directly or sharing his concerns with Carly or other family members, he chooses to track her movements from a distance, hoping she will lead him to the real enemy. This is a risky decision, as if Kristina is indeed working with Sonny's enemies, she might unknowingly or intentionally reveal information that could endanger Sonny or others. But Jason, ever the strategist and patient, believes this is the best way to uncover the truth and perhaps protect Kristina from her own actions. Meanwhile, Trevor Lansing, who secretly returned to Port Charles, begins the next stage of his revenge plan. Aware that Sonny is at his most vulnerable, Trevor starts taking steps not only to end Sonny's life but also to seize his empire. He begins approaching high-ranking members of Sonny's organization, offering tempting deals to win their loyalty. He also spreads rumors in the underworld that Sonny may never wake up, and that Jason is not capable of leading the organization, creating a power vacuum that Trevor intends to fill. At the same time, Trevor continues manipulating Kristina, using her guilt over Rick's accident to make her believe he only wants to help. He convinces her that Sonny, with his violent and criminal past, is the root cause of all the problems in their family, and that everyone would be better off if he never woke up from the coma. Kristina, emotionally vulnerable and easily manipulated, begins to believe Trevor's lies, unaware that she is being used as a pawn in his revenge plot. In a shocking twist, Carly, while cleaning Sonny's office in preparation for his hopeful return, stumbles upon a file containing information about Trevor Lansing. This file, collected by Sonny years ago, contains evidence that Trevor may have survived the explosion thought to have killed him, along with notes from Sonny about where he might be hiding and who could be helping him. This discovery shocks Carly, and she immediately contacts Jason, sharing the information and suggesting that Trevor may be behind the recent attacks. As the story unfolds, one thing is clear: Sonny's fate hangs in the balance. Trevor's plan is nearing its final stage, and with Kristina's help, he aims to end Sonny's life. Jason and Carly are racing against time to stop him, realizing that Trevor is using Kristina as part of his plan. When all the pieces fall into place, the question is no longer if there will be bloodshed, but whose blood will be spilled.